Here we are outside Bayt Stadium for the quarter-finals between England and France. Before we get into the questions, how do you feel about this game?
Quietly confident. I think we can do it. I think France are a good team, but if we play with pace, I think we've got enough. We score enough goals, hopefully we win.
And how are you feeling?
Yeah, I think the key will be the midfield battle. If we can control the game, our forwards will then make the difference. If they control the game, that gives Mbappe the opportunities to really hurt. So I think that's where it's going to be won or lost.
Well, definitely. Do you think we're going to sit back in this game? Because France are current champions of the World Cup, and the 3 quarterfinals we've seen before this have been more than incredible, to be honest. Do you think we're going to sit back to avoid being on the losing side of this game?
No, I think all the noises coming out of the camp have been really positive. I think they're going to play their own game, and I'm quietly confident they won't revert to a defensive mindset.
Well, I've seen every England game so far, and I think for the first half an hour we'll sit back and be defensive, and then we'll make a few substitutions, and then we'll attack strong after about 30 minutes.
So what players should we be keeping our eyes on today? What player do you think is going to stand out for the England side?
It's a difficult one. I think Harry Kane, he's due a couple of goals, I think. What's his name? Bellingham, I think he's brilliant. I think, hopefully, Pickford, hope he plays well as well.
Yeah, France will be aiming to keep Bellingham quiet. So that'll be, early on, that'll be the key battle to see, have they actually come up with any plans? Is he able to get space and still get into the game?
I think I agree with all the comments there, because Bellingham has been something special. In general though, how's your experience being in Qatar? How long have you lot been out here for?
8 years.
Oh, you lot live in Qatar?
Yeah, we're residents, so yeah. So our experience has been brilliant. So much live football, really good.
So how is it in general? Because obviously, in a way, the World Cup's being brought to your kind of country where you live in as residents. How has it changed the atmosphere, and how do you think the people over here have kind of received the World Cup?
Oh, the people here have just absolutely loved it. And yes, I think it's a different type of World Cup to what most Europeans would be expecting. But in a way, it's a real World Cup. You know, you're seeing people from all around the world enjoying it, and I've still had a great time.
That's amazing. And do you have any kind of comments you would like to add about how the English in general, or just the Europeans in general, kind of looked at Qatar in the World Cup and it being held in Qatar and how it's actually been performed?
I think, unfortunately, the Western media has been quite negative about Qatar before the World Cup and at the start of the World Cup. And I think if they were just here and enjoyed it, you know, Qatar's an amazing country. You know, we've got our families here. We've lived here for 8 years. We love it. And I just think, you know, it's done such a great job. And it's gave us residents the opportunity to see so many games. I think this is my 13th or 14th game. And I couldn't imagine being at another World Cup where seeing more than 1 or 2 games, or certainly wouldn't see more than your group. So we've been very fortunate with it being a small country. The furthest we've had to drive for a stadium is 1 hour, and there's about 5 stadiums within 30 minutes of where we live. So, you know, it's an amazing opportunity.
Anything you want to add?
Yeah, you know, don't get me started on the politics, so I could be here for ages. But I think, yeah, if you want to make a stand in this world, it has to be done economically. And none of the European governments are willing to make a stand economically. So if they're not going to do that, then you haven't got them all stand. You haven't got nothing to stand on, really. And then beyond that, once you go, okay, let's not work. You know, the World Cup's here now. I think you've missed an opportunity to look at the positives, and I think that's the saddest thing for me. Yeah, there are a lot of things you could criticise Qatar for, FIFA for, but we're here now. We've got the World Cup. Let's focus on the positives, and this has been brilliant.
Yeah, I really like that. I really like that. So enough of the politics. What's the final score going to be? I'll go with you first.
3-1 to England.
2-1.
Well, come on, England.